Good afternoon, Canastota. I'm Sean Becerra, Superintendent of the Canastota Central School District, and this is the weekly video update for Friday, July 24th. Once again, the status of the reopening of schools in the fall will be the focus of this week's update. I'd like to start off by answering some of the most frequently asked questions I've received in the past few days regarding this topic. First question is, many people have asked, when will our reopening plan come out? This question has been prompted by the fact that a handful of districts have released their plan this past week. The answer is that our plan will be released next Thursday or Friday in compliance with the July 31st deadline, in which all districts in New York State must submit their reopening plans to the State Education Department. There are several reasons why it's advisable to wait until we are closer to the deadline to release our plan. First of all, to put things in perspective, the guidance document came out just last week. We plan on announcing a high-level, well-thought-out, comprehensive plan for instruction. In order to produce that type of plan, we needed to review the 145-page guidance document, distribute and analyze multiple surveys, and conduct multiple planning meetings to develop the overall structure of the plan. You cannot do all of those things and do it well in just a couple of days. Additionally, there have been several clarifications sent out pertaining to the original 145-page guidance document. This is to be expected, as these types of plans have never been produced before. We're in uncharted territory. It simply does not make sense to release a plan when modifications to the guidance document itself were still occurring this week. It's been a moving target. We have a lot of company in regard to our approach to this process. In fact, the vast majority of districts will be releasing their plans next week. We're not late in producing the plan. We'll be right on time. While there are a district or two out there who have put their plans out, I think you'll see the product we produce will be far more comprehensive and provides much more flexibility in terms of learning opportunities for our students. In order to move our plan forward, our district planning committee once again met twice this past week, and our full administrative team met extensively on the subject throughout the week. Part of the work of the committee has been soliciting and analyzing feedback from various members of the school community. Last week, I mentioned that we distributed 3 surveys, one for students, one for staff, and another one for parents for feedback. We followed this initial round of survey up with a follow-up survey to gather additional information that will help shape our plan. Thank you for your response to this survey. After just one day, we have already received hundreds of responses. This leads to another question frequently posed this past week. The survey asked whether or not my child is going back to school, to in-person schooling. What if I don't know that yet? Some people contacted us and said they would not let us know until they saw the specific instruction plan released next week. That is completely understandable. Please know that we are soliciting information in layers, and there will be multiple opportunities over the next several weeks for people to provide us with additional feedback. However, we also know that some people will not be sending their kids no matter what the district plan is, and knowing that this is at the juncture that we're at this time, it would be helpful to know that information. Gathering information regarding the number of students in that category is helpful to our process in terms of determining in-person class sizes. To those of you holding out, we understand. Plans will be issued next week, and we'll look forward to your response based on this updated information. While the reopening plan is a work in progress, I can give you some insight into some of the key elements or characteristics that you'll find in our plan. These priorities reflect the input of staff and families, as well as guidance from health and educational experts released in a variety of professional publications and guidance documents. These include the following. First of all, our plan will include in-person components for every grade level, K through 12. We believe that this is essential for a variety of educational and social emotional reasons. This is not the case with a number of neighboring districts who will be proposing plans for completely remote instruction for high school and in some cases even middle school students. Does this mean that every student must be in school without exception? Absolutely not. There are certainly valid reasons why some of our students will remain in a remote learning environment. That's one of the many advantages to the schedule we'll be proposing. There will be a definite structure to our daily schedule, but provisions for flexibility in working with families to best meet the needs of our students. Throughout the month of August and even into the start of September, we will be working with families to create the best educational plan for their child. This is definitely not a one-size-fits-all education plan. Secondly, creating a schedule that seamlessly can transition between remote and in-person instruction is essential, given the fact that the governor has established very specific opening and closing requirements as various regions throughout the state reach the predetermined thresholds. Another priority is that we would like to minimize the amount of transitions that are present in each day, which therefore reduces the amount of intensive cleaning that must occur between student use of facilities. And our plan also must provide enough direct interaction between students and teachers. Finally, and very importantly, as a result of the feedback provided in the subsequent analysis, our final plan will maintain as its centerpiece a specific daily schedule for students and staff to follow, whether we're remote or in person. Let me repeat that. Whether remote or in person, students and staff will be following a specific daily schedule that provides order and routine to our process. For the remainder of the summer, our work will be divided into two categories that I spoke of last week. Between now and July 31st, we will be constructing and finalizing our conceptual framework and model for reopening. The second category, which will unfold throughout the month of August, will be finalizing the detailed portions of the plan. Next week, we'll be releasing a special video update, which will serve as a resource guide to our reopening plan. The video and reopening plan will be released simultaneously in order to give you a more complete picture of what our plan involves. Also next week, we will be releasing details regarding a series of informational sessions outlining the reopening plan, both virtual and in person, that will give our community a chance to ask questions and engage with school officials about key elements of the plan. This will be very important as the plan will evolve as we move into this school year, and your collaboration and input will play a vital role in that process. Next week is a big week, not only for Canastota, but for schools around the state. So make sure you catch our next video update next week. In the meantime, stay healthy, have a great weekend, and go Raiders.